Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex, a continuation of our boxing videos we've been doing lately. And today I want to talk about something more specific to help you with your footwork. All right guys, so the name of the game is footwork in boxing. You can know all the punches that exist, but if you can't get in, you don't have that transit system to be able to connect your punches, right? Plus, if you can't move out, then you're gonna get hit yourself. So, a lot of times when beginners start, whether it's boxing, Muay Thai, or mixed martial arts, it doesn't matter. Specifically for boxing, a lot of times the biggest weakness in someone who's starting out is going to be coordination, rhythm, and footwork, right? So they kind of like all blend in together because the coordination is how you can coordinate, synchronize the upper body, which is your punches, if you will, along with your feet placement, move in, left, right, out, and step even on angles and whatnot. So you want to circle around, you're going to move laterally, vertically, you're going to be moving in all directions. And if you can't do that correctly or even quickly, then you're going to have a hard time with your boxing combinations and making them land on your opponent, for example. So now, one of the exercises is an old school thing to do, is a basic jump rope, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I think it's one of the most efficient ways to improve footwork. Why is that? Because it's going to help you to become light on your feet. A lot of times when you do rope skipping, you're going to start to feel awkward if you're just starting out. Of course, if you've been training for a while, rope skipping is a pretty easy exercise to do. But for those of you who are beginners, right, if you haven't skipped rope before, or even haven't done it for a long time, you're going to feel awkward when you first start. So we've made a video a while back on how to skip rope and how to break it down for beginners, so check that out on our channel. But today I want to also cover 3 easy ways you can do to add some variety into your skipping rope. But I also want to add that skipping rope is an excellent form of exercise simply because not only is it good for your cardiovascular system, it's excellent for developing those criteria as I was mentioning, the rhythm, the coordination, and your footwork, because it's going to help you to stay light on your feet, to not pounce with your heels onto the ground, always stay on the balls of your feet at all times, and that's how you want to box, all right? So now the rope is a super cheap form of equipment, right? You don't need an expensive treadmill. You could do it pretty much anywhere. You don't need a lot of space to do rope skipping. You could do it at home. So now Alex is going to grab his rope, and if you're starting out, one of the best forms of footwork drill you can do is just bouncing up and down, right? This will serve 2 things. Number 1, it'll start to teach you to stay light on the balls of your foot, but also to strengthen your ankles, because you have to have strong feet and ankles in order to push yourself in and out of range for boxing. So now we're going to start with the first exercise. If you're starting out, we call this the 2 feet or just basic up and down. So you just skip with both feet together. And this is the easiest form of rope skipping that you can do at first. The only caveat with this form of skipping is if you do this for a long duration, such as full 3 minutes, you're going to burn out your calves and your feet pretty quickly. So you want to alternate with different varieties, I should say, of forms of skipping rope. But this is the first one to learn how to do it, right? The second form is going to be alternating from left to right. So basically, it doesn't really look like you're bouncing on camera, but basically instead of just skipping with both feet, you're just going to alternate from side to side by raising one foot off so you don't have all of the weight on that foot. So you're going to go from the left to the right side. All right, so Alex, demo this one. So you're just bouncing from the left to right foot. And this is where you're going to add this one and spice it up with the first form, where you're going to give a break and alternate repetitions from the left to the right side. And that way you're going to be able to endure a full length of rope skipping when you do your workouts. And now the last form, there's so many forms. We can do like 20 different variations, but just for beginner's sake, the last form is also a slightly challenging method. Is now you're going to do the forward shuffle, all right? He's going to skip his feet forward. So now he's going to go and just shuffle to the front as such. Once again, always staying on the balls of our foot and skipping forward. And that is the third method I recommend when you start out skipping rope. Now, if Alex goes through all 3, now Alex is turned to the side so you guys can see a side view. Let's start with the first variation. 2 feet together. That's the basic form. Now once you get the hang of this, you want to be bouncing from left to right side. So you also give your calves a break. And then lastly, we're going to go with the forward shuffle. just bringing 1 foot up on every skip. Perfect. So these are just quick variations of how to skip rope if you're at home. Once again, this is a very cheap form of exercise equipment. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Any type of skipping rope will do the job, and as long as it's the proper length. So speaking of length, just quickly, just in case you're wondering, you always want to have the length where if you were to step onto your skipping rope, right in the center of it, from here, the handles should come right to your chest, right? So this one would be a little bit short for me, but it's a perfect length for Alex, right? So mine would come up just about here, okay? So that's a good length. A lot of times you have some that sells now with adjustable ropes, so you can adjust them to your size. But typically for someone my height, it's gonna be a 10-foot rope. For someone like Alex, it's gonna be a 9-foot rope. If you're 6 feet tall and up, you can go with 11 feet as a rope. But once you purchase your rope, it's super easy to bring anywhere you want. Could put in your gym bag, could skip rope at the gym, at your school. You could skip rope at home, in the backyard, anywhere outside, anywhere there's a little bit of space. Great form of exercise. And for us, it's a plus because if you practice martial arts or boxing, it's a great addition to improve exponentially how you're gonna be bouncy, light on your feet, and improve your footwork very quickly. All right, guys, so there you have it. Quick tutorial on the basic jump rope, and this will improve your footwork. Guys, leave us a thumbs up, and don't forget, subscribe to this channel if you haven't so already. We will see you
in the next video.
Take care.